Welcome back on Market Headlines. Finance Minister Sri Mulyani Indrawati stated that government has provided various assistance and support to the community in the midst of pandemic. This includes assistance for small medium enterprises who are run by women. Not only giving fund assistance, government also gives moral support for women who run small medium enterprises. Finance Minister Sri Mulyani said that approximately 52% of small medium enterprises in Indonesia are owned by women. Another fact is that 63% of the workforce are women. Still, the finance minister stated that the women's role in micro, small and medium enterprises still needs to be improved, especially in supporting efforts to recover the economy due to the COVID-19 pandemic. According to UN Women, pandemics have a greater impact on women than men. This is due to increased time spent at home and the imposition of social distancing policies. As a result, the time spent on household chores and unpaid care work also increases. Yes, viewers, each year International Women's Day is an opportunity to reflect on our role and responsibility as individuals in promoting gender equality. Frankly speaking, there is sad truth that disparity between women and men which is still visible. Therefore, in this graphic session, I would like to highlight Indonesian women's current condition through several indicators. First thing first, let's take a look on how many women in Indonesia through the next graphic. So in the first graphic, we can see Indonesia's gender ratio. For men, there is 49% in Indonesia, or equal to 133.54 million people, while women, 136.66 million people, or equal to 51% of the Indonesian population. The data is taken from Central Statistic Agency, or BPS. So we can say that number of men and women is roughly equal, though men hold a slight lead. It leads to sex ratio of Indonesia's population is 102, which means that there are 102 men for every 100 women in Indonesia in 2020. Though the number is equal, does it mean the women has been treated equally as well? Well, it is not that easy to perceive that way. There are still many who think that women can't be equal to men in many cases, including working field. But the truth is, there are a lot of women out there who are breadwinners. Therefore, in the next graphic, let's take a look on Indonesian women workers' participation rate. So in the next graphic, Indonesian female workers' participation rate, we can see in the graphic on February 2019. It was 55.5%. Meantime, in February 2020, the participation rate was 54.06%, or declined by 94 points. The data again is taken from the Central Statistics Agency. Other than decreasing participation rate, there is also a huge gap occurs in the labor participation rate between women and men workers. As of August 2020, the men's labor participation rate was 82.4%, while for women it was only 53.3%. This can be interpreted that in every 100 working age population, only about 53 women are included in the labor force. The Indonesian government supports the efforts of the leaders of the G20 countries to achieve the Brisbane target, which is to reduce the level of gender disparities in the workforce. It is targeted that by 2025, the gap can be reduced by 25%. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Manpower, Anwar Sanusi, who became the chair of the Indonesian delegation as well as the co-chair at the first virtual meeting of the G20 Employment Working Group, explained that the level of participation gap in the Indonesian workforce had reached 29.28% in the year of 2020. And aside from work participation, we might be curious, how is the Indonesian women's condition as a whole? We can assess that through Index of Women Business and Law in the next graphic. Index of Women Business and Law in Indonesia. The first indicator is mobility, 100, and then wage, 75, entrepreneurship, 75, retirement, same level, 75, meantime asset, 60, office place, 50, marriage, 40, while parenthood, 40. This is taken from the World Bank. So aside from mobility, there are still many aspects that Indonesian women have to struggle with, such as wage, for example. I would like to highlight the fact that women are still paid less than men. According to the February 2020 Central Bureau of Statistics Labor Force Survey, women have 23% less income than men. Minister of Finance Sri Mulyani Indrawati revealed that the condition of wages for women is lower than that of men is not only in Indonesia, but also in other countries in the world. But still, compared to ASEAN countries, Indonesia is still lagging behind in terms of women equality. Let's see the index of women, business, and law in the ASEAN level to the next graphic. So this is index of women, business, and law in ASEAN. Laos in the first place with 88.1. Singapore on the second place, 82.5. While Vietnam in the third place, 81.9. Philippines, 78.5. Thailand, 78.1. Cambodia, 75. While Indonesia on the seventh place with 64.4. And Myanmar, 58.8. Brunei Darussalam, 53.1. And Malaysia on the last place with 50. Laotian women have long been active participants in their national society, involved in politics, driving social transformation and development, becoming active in the world of business too. And if Laos can do it, so does Indonesia, right? Deputy Chairman of the House of Representatives, Aziz Syamsuddin, hopes that the commemoration of International Women's Day every March will become a momentum for Indonesian women to dare to face challenges in reaching their goals. He said women now don't need to worry, doubt, or be afraid. This is because the government is also here to protect every citizen's right. So, viewers, men and women have equal power and equal opportunities for financial independence, education, and personal development. Let's go striving for equal rights and stay tuned on market headlines. We'll be right back after this quick break.